In a world full of chaos where people are quick to react, one thing separates the calm from the restless: the power to not react. Imagine being in complete control, unshaken by insults, unaffected by chaos, and completely at peace while everyone else loses their mind. That's the strength of mastering your emotions, and it's not just a skill, it's your superpower. As Buddha once said, "You will not be punished for your anger. You will be punished by your anger." Today I'm going to reveal the ancient Buddhist secrets that teach you how to control your emotions and remain calm in any situation. If you're tired of letting others dictate your peace and you're ready to unlock the life-changing power of emotional mastery, then this video is for you. Keep watching because the path to unshakable calm starts right here. 1. Reacting is a weakness. Responding is strength. When you react without thinking, you give your power away. It shows a lack of control over your emotions. However, responding after careful thought is a sign of strength. Take a breath before responding to any situation. This pause helps you regain control and decide on the best course of action, ensuring that your emotions don't control your actions. In the heat of the moment, it's easy to react impulsively, but remember that reactions come from a place of emotional instability. Responding, on the other hand, shows that you're in control. The more you practice responding with intention, the stronger your emotional resilience becomes. Responding instead of reacting also helps to maintain better relationships, as it avoids unnecessary conflicts. The strength of a mindful response lies in the thoughtfulness behind it. 2. Don't allow others to control your emotional state. No one should have the power to dictate how you feel. When you allow others' words or actions to trigger you, you surrender your emotional freedom. Instead, recognize that your emotional state is yours to control. By staying grounded and mindful, you can choose how to feel, no matter what others do or say. When you react based on someone else's behavior, you give them control over your inner world. Regaining control starts by acknowledging that other people's actions are a reflection of their internal state, not yours. Practice recognizing when others are trying to provoke a reaction from you, and consciously choose not to engage. This shift empowers you to remain peaceful and stable, regardless of external circumstances. Reclaim your emotional autonomy by refusing to let anyone dictate your mood or reactions. 3. Silence is a weapon. Use it wisely. Silence can be one of your greatest tools in maintaining peace. When faced with negativity or conflict, choosing silence over reaction is a powerful move. Silence shows emotional mastery and gives you the upper hand. By not escalating a situation, it allows you time to think clearly and respond from a place of strength, not emotion. Often people react with words to fill uncomfortable silences, but silence itself can be a powerful communicator. By choosing not to respond immediately, you give yourself the chance to process the situation. Silence creates space for reflection, allowing you to control your emotional state better. In intense situations, silence can also de-escalate potential conflict, showing that you are calm and composed. When you use silence wisely, you're able to maintain control and avoid making emotionally charged decisions. 4. Emotions are temporary. Let them pass. No matter how intense an emotion feels, it is always temporary. The key is to not act on those fleeting emotions, especially when they're strong. Allow emotions like anger or frustration to pass before making decisions. By observing your emotions and letting them move through you, you remain in control and avoid reacting impulsively. Emotions are like waves. If you ride them out, they will eventually subside. When you understand that feelings of anger, sadness, or frustration are not permanent, it becomes easier to let them wash over you without clinging to them. The more you allow your emotions to pass without reacting, the more resilient you become. Practice sitting with your emotions, observing them without judgment, and notice how they dissipate on their own. Letting them pass gives you the clarity to respond thoughtfully, instead of being driven by momentary feelings. 5. Reactions create consequences you can't control. When you react emotionally, you lose control of the consequences. A single moment of reaction can lead to regrets that last a lifetime. Responding, on the other hand, gives you control over the outcome. By choosing how to respond, you ensure that your actions align with your values and long-term goals. Emotional reactions are often short-sighted and impulsive, but their effects can be long-lasting. By reacting, you open the door to consequences that may spiral out of your control. In contrast, responding with thought and care puts you in the driver's seat of your own life. The consequences of a well-thought-out response are more likely to align with the outcomes you desire. Remember, once a reaction is set in motion, you can't undo it. Think about the long-term effects before you react emotionally in any situation. 6. The power of pausing. A simple pause can make all the difference. Pausing before reacting gives you the space to process your emotions and make a deliberate choice. The power of pausing is that it interrupts the automatic reaction. In that moment, you reclaim control over your emotions and ensure that you respond thoughtfully instead of out of impulse. Pausing allows you to step out of the heat of the moment and observe your thoughts and feelings with clarity. It gives you the opportunity to assess the situation from a more rational perspective rather than an emotional one. The longer you can pause, the more clarity you'll have. Even a few deep breaths can make all the difference in shifting from reaction to response. The more you practice pausing, the more natural it becomes, allowing you to navigate stressful situations with grace. 7. Detachment gives you freedom. Detachment doesn't mean you don't care. It means you don't let things outside your control dictate your inner peace. When you detach from outcomes and others' opinions, you gain freedom. This detachment allows you to stay calm and centered, no matter what's happening around you. Detachment is about realizing that your worth and peace are not tied to external circumstances. When you practice detachment, you remain emotionally steady, even when things don't go your way. By detaching from outcome, you release the need to control every situation. This frees you from the emotional roller coaster that comes with expectations. The more you detach, the more inner stability you cultivate. In detachment lies the freedom to respond calmly, rather than react impulsively. 8. Don't let small things steal your peace. Life is full of small inconveniences and minor annoyances. Things like traffic jams, a rude comment, a long wait in line, or spilled coffee. While these things may seem insignificant, they can often build up and cause frustration or anger, stealing away our peace of mind. The key to maintaining emotional balance is learning how not to let these little things take control of your mood or ruin your day. When small problems arise, it's easy to react emotionally, but reacting to every small inconvenience only drains your energy and adds unnecessary stress to your life. Instead of getting upset, try asking yourself, is this really worth my peace of mind? Most of the time, the answer is no. Letting small things bother you means you're giving too much power to insignificant moments. You don't have to react to everything that happens, especially when it doesn't have a lasting impact on your life. Think about how often you've let something minor, like someone cutting you off in traffic or a snarky remark, affect your mood for hours or even the rest of the day. These small frustrations can snowball, leading to bigger emotional reactions later. But when you learn to let these small things go, you keep control over your emotions and prevent them from escalating. One way to avoid letting small things steal your peace is by practicing mindfulness. When you're aware of your thoughts and emotions in the present moment, you can recognize when something is bothering you and decide whether it's worth your attention. This awareness allows you to pause, take a deep breath, and choose not to react emotionally to every little annoyance. Another helpful approach is to keep things in perspective. Ask yourself if this issue will matter tomorrow, next week, or next year. Often, the small problems we face today will be forgotten soon enough. By reminding yourself of the bigger picture, you can prevent minor frustrations from taking control of your emotions. Remember, life is too short to be overwhelmed by small issues. Each time you choose not to let something minor steal your peace, you strengthen your ability to handle more significant challenges with grace and composure. You build emotional resilience, allowing you to stay calm and focused on what truly matters. Preserving your peace is about making intentional choices. By choosing not to give energy to small, temporary problems, you protect your inner calm and ensure that you're saving your emotional strength for the things that are truly important. It's not about ignoring problems, but rather recognizing which ones are worth your time and emotional investment. Master the art of letting go. One of the most important lessons in life is learning how to let go. We often hold on tightly to things, grudges, past hurts, disappointments, expectations, because we feel like we need to control them. However, holding on too tightly to things we cannot control only causes us pain and suffering. Letting go isn't about giving up or being indifferent. It's about freeing yourself from the emotional weight that keeps you stuck and prevents you from living peacefully. Letting go can be challenging, especially when you've invested a lot of time, effort, or emotions into something. It's natural to feel like you want to hold on to what's familiar, even if it's causing you stress or unhappiness. But holding on to things you can't change, whether it's a past relationship, a mistake, or unmet expectations, only chains you to the past and keeps you from moving forward. When you master the art of letting go, you free yourself from this emotional baggage. You give yourself the permission to release the things that no longer serve you. This doesn't mean you forget or ignore what's happened. It means you stop letting it control your emotions and dictate your present life. You start to focus on the things you can change: your attitude, your actions, your response to the situation. One of the biggest obstacles to letting go is the fear of losing control. We often hold on because we think if we just try harder or do more, we can change the outcome. But the truth is, some things are beyond our control. No matter how much effort you put into certain situations, you can't force people to change or make everything go your way. Recognizing this fact is the first step toward freedom. Letting go isn't a sign of weakness. It's a sign of wisdom. It means you understand that peace comes from accepting life as it is, not as you want it to be. Letting go also means releasing your expectations of how things should have turned out. Often, we get stuck because we cling to the way we thought our lives or relationships were supposed to go. But life rarely follows the path we expect. By holding on to rigid expectations, you create unnecessary suffering. Letting go allows you to embrace the certainty of life with grace. When you release expectations, you open yourself up to new possibilities and opportunities that you couldn't see before. Practicing forgiveness is a powerful part of letting go. Forgiveness doesn't mean excusing bad behavior or pretending it didn't hurt. It means freeing yourself from the anger, resentment, and bitterness that weigh you down. Holding on to anger toward someone only keeps you trapped in a cycle of negativity. When you forgive, you aren't doing it for the other person. You're doing it for yourself. Forgiveness allows you to move forward without carrying the heavy burden of past wrongs. Another critical aspect of letting go is learning to detach from outcomes. We often become emotionally invested in specific results, thinking that our happiness depends on things turning out a certain way. But when you let go of the need to control the outcome, you stop suffering over things you cannot influence. This doesn't mean you stop caring or putting in effort. It means you do your best without becoming overly attached to the result. By letting go of the outcome, you find peace in the process itself, trusting that whatever happens, you will be okay. Letting go is a practice, not a one-time event. It's something you work on daily. As situations arise and emotions come up, you might have to remind yourself repeatedly to release something that's bothering you, and that's okay. The more you practice, the easier it becomes to let go of the things that disrupt your inner peace. Over time, you'll find that letting go brings you a sense of freedom and lightness that you couldn't experience while holding on so tightly. In mastering the art of letting go, you're not only freeing yourself from past burdens, but you're also making space for new experiences, growth, and happiness. You allow yourself to live more fully in the present moment, unburdened by the weight of what could have been or what didn't go as planned. In letting go, you reclaim your power, your peace, and your ability to move forward with clarity and strength. Control your response, control your life. One of the greatest truths in life is that while you can't always control what happens to you, you can always control how you respond to it. This fundamental principle is the key to emotional mastery and personal freedom. When you control your responses, you essentially take control of your life. Many people go through life reacting impulsively to everything that happens, allowing external circumstances, people's opinions, and fleeting emotions to dictate their actions. But when you learn to master your responses, you shift from being a victim of your circumstances to being the creator of your destiny. At its core, controlling your response means choosing how you want to act in any given situation, rather than reacting out of habit or emotion. Life will throw challenges at you, difficult people, unexpected setbacks, frustrating situations, but you get to decide how you handle them. Will you let those situations make you bitter, angry, or stressed? Or will you respond with calm, resilience, and focus? When you take a moment to pause and consciously choose your response, you take back the power that circumstances or others may have tried to take away. The ability to control your response is especially powerful because your reactions create a ripple effect. How you respond to one situation can influence many other aspects of your life. For example, if you respond to a stressful situation with anger, it can damage your relationships, your work, or your mental health. However, if you respond with patience and thoughtfulness, you not only protect your peace of mind, but also foster positive relationships and better outcomes in the long run. This is why your responses have such a profound impact on the quality of your life. It's important to understand that controlling your response doesn't mean suppressing your emotions or pretending that negative situations don't affect you. It's about being aware of your emotions and then deciding how to act on them in a way that aligns with your values and long-term goals. For example, when you're angry, instead of lashing out, you might take a deep breath and ask yourself, "What's the most constructive way I can handle this?" This simple shift in perspective can turn a potential conflict into an opportunity for growth and understanding. Another key aspect of controlling your response is realizing that your emotions don't have to dictate your actions. You may feel upset, anxious, or frustrated, but you don't have to let those emotions drive your decisions. Just because you feel something intensely in the moment doesn't mean you have to act on it. Learning to separate your feelings from your actions is a crucial part of emotional intelligence. By doing so, you prevent temporary emotions from creating permanent consequences in your life. Developing the ability to pause before reacting is one of the most practical ways to control your response. When something triggers you, your initial reaction might be anger, frustration, or stress. But if you train yourself to pause, even for just a few seconds, you give yourself the space to think before you act. This pause allows you to assess the situation more clearly and choose a response that aligns with who you want to be, rather than simply reacting out of emotion. The more you practice this, the better you become at responding thoughtfully, and the less control external events have over your life. When you control your response, you also take responsibility for your actions. It's easy to blame others or external circumstances for how you feel or behave, but this mindset keeps you trapped in a cycle of reactivity. Taking responsibility for your responses means acknowledging that no matter what happens, you have the power to choose how you will react. This mindset shift empowers you to stop being a victim of circumstance and start shaping your life with intention and purpose. By controlling your response, you also cultivate resilience. Life is full of challenges, and no one is immune to difficulties. However, how you respond to those challenges determines whether you grow stronger from them or feel defeated. When you choose to respond with patience, perseverance, and optimism, you build resilience that allows you to bounce back from setbacks and keep moving forward. Instead of letting challenges overwhelm you, face them head-on with a calm and focused mind. In many ways, controlling your response is the foundation of self-discipline. Every time you choose to respond thoughtfully, rather than react impulsively, you strengthen your ability to make conscious choices. This discipline extends to all areas of your life: how you manage your time, your relationships, your work, and your personal growth. Over time, this discipline becomes a habit, and you find that you are better equipped to handle whatever life throws at you. Controlling your response means taking ownership of your life. You no longer let external circumstances dictate your happiness or success. Instead, you consciously choose how to respond to challenges, knowing that your responses shape the direction of your life. The more you practice this skill, the more control you gain over your emotions, your actions, and your overall well-being. In controlling your response, you unlock the ability to create a life that aligns with your values, goals, and vision for the future. Mastering the power of not reacting isn't about ignoring your emotions. It's about controlling how you express them. By applying these principles, you can take charge of your emotions and lead a more peaceful, fulfilling life. If you found value in this video, be sure to like, share, and subscribe for more insights on emotional mastery and inner peace.
Introduction to Buddhist wisdom. Life can be fast and sometimes hard, but finding inner peace and staying positive is really important. Buddhism teaches us valuable lessons that can help us deal with life's challenges. This video will take a closer look at these teachings, acting as a guide for anyone who wants to stay calm and positive no matter what comes their way. Step 1. Stay positive, the power of positive thinking. Buddhism teaches us that the mind is a powerful force that shapes our reality. Staying positive begins with cultivating mindfulness, a heightened awareness of our thoughts and emotions. The Buddha emphasized the significance of right thinking, encouraging followers to focus on the present moment rather than dwelling on the past or anxiously anticipating the future. Life is like a river, always flowing, never stopping. In the teachings of Buddhism, there's a powerful idea: staying positive through mindfulness. Imagine your mind as a garden. What you plant there will grow. If you plant seeds of positivity, your mental garden will bloom with joy. The Buddha, a wise teacher, said that the mind is the master of everything. It shapes how we see the world. Staying positive begins with paying attention to our thoughts, feelings, and actions. This is what Buddhists call mindfulness. Mindfulness is like having a superpower. It means being aware of the present moment, not dwelling on the past or worrying about the future. Think about a beautiful sunset. When you fully appreciate it, you're practicing mindfulness. It's about being where you are, not lost in thoughts that drag you down. Negativity often creeps in when we let our minds wander. Maybe you're thinking about a mistake you made yesterday or worrying about what might happen tomorrow. Mindfulness teaches us to anchor ourselves in the now and to appreciate what's happening right in front of us. Imagine you're eating a delicious meal. Instead of rushing through it, you savor each bite, noticing the flavors, the textures, and how the food nourishes your body. This is mindfulness in action. When we're fully present, we can enjoy the simple things that bring us joy. Staying positive doesn't mean ignoring problems. It means facing them with a clear and focused mind. Mindfulness is a tool that helps us deal with challenges without letting them overwhelm us. By staying present and positive, we cultivate a mindset that can turn obstacles into opportunities for growth. So, how can you start practicing mindfulness? It's simpler than you might think. Take a moment each day to pause and breathe. Close your eyes and feel the air filling your lungs, then slowly exhale. Let go of tension with each breath. Pay attention to the sensations in your body. As you go about your day, try to be fully present in whatever you're doing, whether it's washing dishes, walking, or talking to a friend. Give it your full attention. Notice the details that often go unnoticed. This practice gradually transforms your mind, making positivity a natural part of your everyday experience. Staying positive through mindfulness is like tending to the garden of your mind. As you nurture seeds of positivity, your mental landscape blossoms with gratitude and joy. The journey begins with a single step, a step into the present moment, where the power to shape your happiness resides. Step 2. Be thankful for things. Embracing gratitude in everyday life. Gratitude is a potent antidote to negativity. In Buddhism, The practice of appreciation extends beyond material possessions to encompass the interconnectedness of all things. The Buddha spoke of gratitude as a transformative force that can lead to a profound shift in our perception of life. Expressing gratitude is not merely a social nicety but a spiritual practice. In Buddhism, the act of acknowledging and appreciating the positive aspects of our lives fosters contentment. This chapter delves into the various ways in which one can incorporate gratitude into daily life, from keeping a gratitude journal to practicing mindful thankfulness. You wake up in the morning, and the first thing you do is smile, not because everything in your life is perfect, but because you're grateful for the simple fact that you have a new day ahead. This is the essence of gratitude, a powerful practice rooted in Buddhist teachings. Gratitude is like a magic potion for the heart. It's about appreciating what you have instead of focusing on what's missing. The Buddha said that a grateful heart is a magnet for miracles. When we're thankful, we open our hearts to the abundance that already exists in our lives. In the busy hustle of daily life, it's easy to overlook the small wonders that surround us. The warmth of sunlight, the gentle breeze, or the laughter of a friend. These are treasures often taken for granted. Gratitude invites us to pause and recognize the beauty in the ordinary. You might wonder, how do you cultivate gratitude? It starts with a shift in perspective. Instead of dwelling on what you lack, focus on what you have. Take a moment each day to reflect on the things you're grateful for. It could be as simple as a hot cup of tea, a kind gesture, or the roof over your head. The practice of keeping a gratitude journal is a wonderful way to make gratitude a daily habit. At the end of each day, write down 3 things you're thankful for. Could be a loving family, good health, or the opportunity to learn something new. As you do this, you'll find that your outlook on life begins to change. Gratitude isn't just about appreciating the positive aspects of life. It's also about acknowledging the challenges. Even in difficult times, there's something to be grateful for. A lesson learned, inner strength discovered, or the support of others. It's a perspective that transforms hardships into opportunities for growth. Expressing gratitude isn't limited to words. Actions speak volumes. Show appreciation to the people around you. A simple thank you can brighten someone's day. The more you express gratitude, the more you'll notice the positive impact it has not only on others, but on your well-being. Gratitude is a thread that weaves joy into the fabric of our existence. It reminds us that every moment is a gift, and within that gift, there's something to be grateful for. As you embrace the practice of gratitude, you'll discover a profound shift in your heart, a shift towards a more positive and fulfilling life. Step 3. Speak nicely to yourself. The importance of self-compassion. The words we speak to ourselves carry immense power. Buddhism teaches us the importance of self-compassion, recognizing that we are all imperfect beings on a journey of self-discovery. Harsh self-criticism only serves to reinforce negative thought patterns and hinder personal growth. Imagine you have a friend who is always encouraging, understanding, and kind. This friend supports you through thick and thin, never criticizing but offering words of comfort and love. Now, what if I told you that this friend could be you? In the teachings of Buddhism, there's a powerful lesson about the way we speak to ourselves. It's called self-compassion, and it's like being a good friend to yourself. The Buddha emphasized the importance of right speech not only in our interactions with others, but also in the way we talk to ourselves. Think about the words you use when describing yourself. Are they uplifting, or do they tend to be critical? Buddhism teaches us that the language we use internally shapes our perception of ourselves and the world around us. Self-compassion means treating ourselves with the same kindness and understanding that we would offer to a friend. It's acknowledging that we're not perfect, but that imperfection is part of being human. When we make a mistake, instead of berating ourselves, we can say, "It's okay. Everyone makes mistakes." Start by paying attention to your inner dialogue. Notice when you're being self-critical and gently redirect those thoughts. Imagine you're talking to a friend. Would you say the same things to them that you say to yourself? Another way to practice self-compassion is through affirmations. These are positive statements that you repeat to yourself. For example, you might say, "I am worthy of love and happiness," or "I am capable and strong." By consistently reinforcing positive messages, you gradually reshape your inner narrative. Meditation is a powerful tool in cultivating self-compassion. Take a few minutes each day to sit quietly, focus on your breath, and let go of self-judgment. As you create a space of peace within, you'll find that self-compassion naturally blossoms. Being kind to yourself doesn't mean ignoring areas where you can improve. It means approaching self-improvement with love and encouragement rather than criticism. When you treat yourself with compassion, you create a foundation of inner strength that empowers you to face life's challenges with resilience and grace. In the grand symphony of life, your relationship with yourself is a crucial note. By embracing the art of self-compassion, you become not only your own best friend, but also a source of unwavering support on your journey towards positivity and inner peace. Step 4. Holistic health. Caring for mind and body. Keep your body healthy, the temple of the soul. In the pursuit of inner peace, the body is not separate from the mind. Buddhism places great emphasis on caring for the body as a means of cultivating a harmonious and balanced life. This involves not only physical health, but also mental and emotional well-being. Imagine your body as a beautiful temple, a sacred place that houses your spirit. In the teachings of Buddhism, caring for this temple is seen as essential for a balanced and harmonious life. It's not just about how you look on the outside, but about nurturing the well-being of your entire being, mind, body, and soul. The Buddha taught us that our bodies are a gift, a precious vessel that allows us to experience life. To honor this gift, we need to take care of it. When your body is healthy, it becomes a supportive companion on your journey, allowing you to engage in the world around you fully. Caring for your body involves more than just what you eat or how much you exercise, though those are important aspects. It's also about the thoughts you feed your mind, the rest you give your body, and the love you shower upon yourself. It's a holistic approach that recognizes the interconnectedness of all aspects of your being. Let's start with the basics. Nutrition. Just as you wouldn't fill a sacred temple with unhealthy offerings, you shouldn't fill your body with food that doesn't nourish it. This doesn't mean you can't enjoy your favorite treats, but it's about finding a balance that honors your body's needs. Exercise is another way to honor your body. It doesn't have to be intense workouts. Even a gentle walk or stretching can do wonders. Movement not only keeps your body in good shape, but also has a profound impact on your mood and mental well-being. But it's not just about what you do. It's also about how you rest. Your body needs time to recharge, just like a temple needs moments of silence. Sleep is a crucial part of this. When you allow your body to rest, you're allowing it to heal and rejuvenate. Beyond physical care, the Buddha spoke about the importance of mental well-being. Just as negative thoughts can create turmoil in the mind, a peaceful mind contributes to a healthy body. Practices like meditation and mindfulness are like gentle whispers to the soul, bringing tranquility to the entire temple. Your body is the canvas on which experiences are painted. By treating it with respect and care, you create a foundation for a positive and fulfilling life. The Buddha's wisdom encourages us to see our bodies not as burdens, but as magnificent temples worthy of love, attention, and gentle care that nourishes the spirit within. Step 5. The adventure of trying new things, embracing change and growth. Life is a dynamic journey, and stagnation is antithetical to the principles of Buddhism. Embracing change is cultivating a mindset of continual growth, is fundamental to staying positive and open to the myriad possibilities life offers. Life is an adventure, a journey full of twists and turns. In the teachings of Buddhism, there's a call to embrace this adventure fully, to step out of our comfort zones and try new things. This isn't just about novelty. It's about a mindset that welcomes change and growth. Think of life as a vast playground. When you try new things, you're like a child exploring different corners of this playground, discovering hidden treasures and gaining new experiences. The Buddha encouraged his followers to be open-minded, to be like travelers unafraid of the unknown. One key idea in Buddhism is impermanence, the understanding that everything is always changing. Seasons change, days turn into nights, and so do our circumstances. Embracing this reality rather than resisting it is a powerful way to stay positive. Trying new things doesn't mean leaping into the unknown without a safety net. It's about being curious, about being willing to learn and grow. Maybe it's trying a new hobby, exploring a different type of cuisine, or even considering a new perspective on life. Each small step outside your comfort zone is a step toward personal evolution. Imagine a tree that stands tall in a forest. If it refuses to sway with the wind, it might break. But if it bends and dances with the breeze, it not only survives but thrives. Life's twists are like the challenges we face, and the ability to bend and adapt is the key to staying positive amid change. Sometimes fear holds us back from trying new things. We worry about what might go wrong or how others will perceive us. Buddhism encourages us to face these fears with courage. It teaches us that growth happens when we step into the discomfort and discover our strength. The mindset of trying new things is not just about external exploration. It's also about inner growth. Maybe it's exploring new aspects of yourself, facing fears, or breaking free from self-imposed limitations. This journey of self-discovery is a path toward a more authentic and positive version of yourself. By embracing change and willingly trying new things, you add vibrant pages to the book of your life, creating a story that is uniquely yours. The Buddhist wisdom whispers, "Don't be afraid to dance with the unknown, for it is in the dance that you discover the beauty of the ever-unfolding journey." Step 6. Setting achievable goals. Make achievable goals the middle path to success. Setting goals is an inherent part of human nature, but Buddhism offers a unique perspective on goal setting, the middle path. A fundamental concept in Buddhist philosophy, the middle path guides individuals towards setting realistic and attainable goals that align with their deeper aspirations. Imagine you are on a journey and you have a map. On this map, there are big destinations and smaller milestones along the way. This is a bit like life, where setting achievable goals is like charting your course. In Buddhism, the idea of making achievable goals is rooted in the concept of the middle path, a balanced approach to success. The Buddha talked about finding balance in all aspects of life. It's not about extremes, neither pushing too hard nor becoming complacent. Making achievable goals is like walking this middle path. It's about setting realistic targets that challenge you but are also within your reach. Think of a staircase. Each step represents a goal. If the steps are too big, you might stumble, but if they're too small, you might not feel challenged. Making achievable goals is about finding the right size steps that lead you toward your destination without overwhelming you. Consider a tree growing tall. It starts as a tiny seed, and with each day, it reaches a bit higher. Similarly, your goals can be like seeds, small yet filled with potential. As you achieve them, you grow just like the tree stretching toward the sky. The middle path is about steady progress. Sometimes we set goals that are too ambitious. When we can't reach them, we feel disheartened. The Buddha encourages us to be patient with ourselves. Life is a marathon, not a sprint. Achievable goals are like markers along the marathon route, reminding you of the progress you're making. Setting achievable goals is not just about the destination. It's about the journey. It's about the joy of learning, growing, and becoming a better version of yourself. The Buddha's wisdom teaches us that success is not just reaching the mountaintop. It's appreciating the beauty of the climb. Practical steps can help you set achievable goals. Start by breaking down big tasks into smaller, manageable steps. Celebrate each small victory along the way. This not only boosts your confidence but also makes the journey more enjoyable. The middle path philosophy is a gentle reminder to find balance in your aspirations. It's about setting goals that inspire you to reach higher and allow you to savor the process. By walking this middle path, you cultivate a mindset of patience, resilience, and a positive outlook on your journey through life. Step 7. Finding joy in what you do. Engaging in activities that bring joy and satisfaction is crucial for a positive and fulfilling life. Buddhism advocates for the nourishment of the soul through mindful and intentional actions that align with one's values and aspirations. Imagine life as a banquet, and each day is an opportunity to choose the dishes that bring joy to your soul. In Buddhism, the concept of doing things that make you feel happy and positive is like selecting the most delightful flavors for your inner well-being. It's about consciously nourishing your soul with activities that uplift and inspire you. The Buddha spoke of the right livelihood, emphasizing the importance of engaging in work and activities that contribute positively to your overall well-being. Doing things that make you happy is not a luxury but a fundamental aspect of a fulfilling life. It's about choosing activities that resonate with your true self, aligning with your values and passions. Consider your favorite hobby or a pastime that brings a smile to your face. It could be painting, playing music, reading, or simply taking a stroll in nature. These activities are not just leisure. They are essential ingredients in the recipe for a happy and positive life. Life can be demanding, with responsibilities and challenges, but amidst it all, finding time for activities that bring joy is crucial. The Buddhist teachings guide us to create a balance between our daily duties and moments of self-nourishment. By doing things that make you happy, you replenish your energy and cultivate a reservoir of positivity. It's easy to get caught up in the routine of life and forget to prioritize activities that bring genuine happiness. This chapter encourages you to reflect on what truly makes your heart sing. Whether it's spending time with loved ones, pursuing a creative endeavor, or simply enjoying a quiet moment of solitude, these are the ingredients that infuse your life with positivity. The practice of doing things that make you happy is not selfish. It's an act of self-love. When you prioritize your well-being, you become better equipped to navigate life's challenges. The Buddha's wisdom teaches us that happiness is not an external pursuit, but an internal state of being cultivated through intentional and mindful living. Practical steps can help you incorporate more joy into your life. Create a list of activities that bring you happiness and make a commitment to engage in them regularly. Surround yourself with people who uplift and support you. By consciously choosing joy, you contribute to a positive and harmonious atmosphere not only within yourself but also in the world around you. In the grand symphony of life, doing things that make you feel happy and positive is like playing a beautiful melody that resonates with the deepest parts of your being. The Buddhist teachings guide us to savor the richness of these moments, recognizing that true happiness is not found in the pursuit of external achievements, but in the simple and profound act of doing things that nourish the soul.
In a world that often emphasizes kindness, empathy, and compassion, the idea of not being soft to everyone may seem counterintuitive. However, Buddhism offers a profound perspective on this matter. Gautam Buddha, the enlightened sage who founded Buddhism over 2 millennia ago, imparted invaluable wisdom that goes beyond the surface of mere politeness. His teachings delve deep into the essence of human relationships, inner peace, and spiritual growth. In this exploration, we will examine the profound teachings of Gautam Buddha and understand why, at times, it is essential to transcend softness and embrace a more nuanced approach to life. At the age of 29, Gautam embarked on a spiritual journey to seek answers to the fundamental questions of existence. Why do we suffer? How can we attain lasting happiness and inner peace? After years of intense meditation and self-inquiry, he achieved enlightenment under the Bodhi tree in Bodh Gaya, India. From that point on, he became the Buddha, the awakened one, and began sharing his insights with the world. Buddha's teachings revolve around the 4 Noble Truths and the Eightfold Path. These fundamental principles form the bedrock of Buddhism and offer profound guidance on how to navigate the complexities of human existence. The 4 Noble Truths are the cornerstone of Buddhist philosophy. They provide a clear framework for understanding the nature of suffering and the path to liberation. Let's explore these truths and their relevance to the idea of not being soft to everyone. 1. The truth of suffering. Buddha's first noble truth acknowledges the existence of suffering in the world. He understood that suffering is an inherent part of human life, encompassing physical pain, emotional turmoil, and the dissatisfaction that arises from constantly craving more. While being soft to everyone may temporarily alleviate some forms of suffering, it does not address the root causes of suffering. Gautam Buddha encourages us to confront suffering head-on, acknowledging its presence in our lives. By doing so, we gain clarity and insight into the nature of suffering, allowing us to find effective ways to transcend it. 2. The truth of the cause of suffering. The second noble truth identifies the cause of suffering as attachment and craving. It is human nature to seek pleasure and avoid pain, but our attachment to these desires leads to suffering. Being overly soft to everyone can be a manifestation of attachment and a desire for approval or validation. Buddha teaches us that letting go of attachment and craving is the path to liberation from suffering. This does not mean becoming emotionally detached, but rather developing a balanced and compassionate attitude towards others. 3. The truth of the cessation of suffering. The third noble truth offers hope by asserting that the cessation of suffering is attainable. It is possible to overcome suffering by eliminating its root causes, attachment and craving. When we cease clinging to external validation or the need to please everyone, we free ourselves from the cycle of suffering. 4. The truth of the path to the cessation of suffering. The fourth noble truth outlines the eightfold path, which is the path to liberation from suffering. This path encompasses ethical conduct, mental discipline, and wisdom. While being soft to everyone might seem like a virtuous quality, the eightfold path encourages us to cultivate discernment and wisdom in our interactions. The eightfold path serves as a comprehensive guide to living a balanced and purposeful life. It consists of 8 interconnected principles. 1. Right view involves understanding the 4 noble truths and the nature of reality. It encourages us to see things as they truly are, without delusion or distortion. When we apply right view to our interactions, we gain clarity about when to be soft and when to adopt a more discerning approach. 2. Right intention emphasizes the importance of cultivating wholesome intentions and motivations. It encourages us to act out of kindness, compassion, and non-harming. In our quest to avoid being soft to everyone, right intention guides us to act from a place of genuine care rather than seeking approval. 3. Right speech entails speaking truthfully, kindly, and with mindfulness. It encourages us to avoid harmful speech such as lying, gossiping, or harsh words. While being soft to everyone may involve avoiding conflict through silence, right speech advocates for honest and compassionate communication. 4. Right action involves behaving ethically and avoiding actions that harm others. It aligns with the principle of not causing unnecessary suffering. Being soft to everyone means not causing harm, but also not enabling harmful behavior in others. 5. Right livelihood concerns our choice of work and how it affects us and those around us. While it may not directly relate to being soft, it reminds us to choose work that does not involve harming others and is aligned with our ethical values. 6. Right effort involves the disciplined cultivation of wholesome qualities and the abandonment of unwholesome ones. In the context of not being soft to everyone, it means making a concerted effort to balance compassion with discernment. 7. Right mindfulness is the practice of being fully present and aware of our thoughts, emotions, and actions. It enables us to navigate social interactions with clarity and equanimity, allowing us to choose our responses wisely. 8. Right concentration refers to the development of focused and tranquil states of mind through meditation. It enhances our ability to stay centered and composed, even in challenging social situations. The middle way, often associated with Buddhism, is the principle of finding balance and avoiding extremes. When it comes to being soft to everyone, the middle way encourages us to strike a balance between compassion and discernment. Gautam Buddha himself exemplified the middle way throughout his life. Before his enlightenment, he had lived an indulgent life as a prince, and then he experimented with extreme asceticism. Neither extreme brought him the answers he sought. It was only when he found the balance of the middle way that he attained enlightenment. In our interactions with others, the middle way suggests that we should neither be excessively soft, enabling harmful behavior, nor excessively harsh, causing unnecessary suffering. Instead, we should approach each situation with discernment. Understanding when to be compassionate and when to set boundaries is key. Compassion versus enabling. One of the key concerns when it comes to not being soft to everyone is the fear of lacking compassion. However, Buddhism teaches us that true compassion is not about enabling harmful behavior or sacrificing our well-being for the sake of others. Compassion in Buddhism places great emphasis on compassion. It is one of the 4 Brahma Viharas, or divine abodes, along with loving kindness, sympathetic joy, and equanimity. Compassion involves recognizing the suffering of others and wishing for their relief. However, compassion does not mean allowing others to harm us or themselves. It does not mean turning a blind eye to destructive behavior. True compassion involves a deep understanding of the causes of suffering and a commitment to alleviating that suffering through skillful means. Enabling versus compassion. Enabling is a behavior that often arises from a misguided sense of compassion. When we enable someone, we support or tolerate their harmful actions or behavior, believing that we are helping them. In reality, enabling can perpetuate suffering by allowing destructive patterns to continue. Buddhism teaches us to differentiate between genuine compassion and enabling. True compassion seeks to address the root causes of suffering, even if it means setting boundaries or offering tough love. It is an act of wisdom and discernment, not blind softness. The parable of the raft, one of the most famous stories from the Buddhist scriptures. The parable of the raft beautifully illustrates the concept of not being soft to everyone when appropriate. This parable highlights the temporary nature of Buddhist teachings and the importance of letting go when they have served their purpose. The parable: imagine a traveler who comes across a vast river with a dangerous current. In his quest to cross to the other side, he gathers logs and leaves to construct a makeshift raft. With great effort, he builds the raft and successfully crosses the river. Now here comes the crucial point of the parable. After reaching the other shore safely, the traveler does not carry the raft with him on his journey. He leaves it behind, knowing that it served its purpose in helping him cross the river. The lesson, the parable of the raft, teaches us that Buddhist teachings, like the raft, are meant to be tools for crossing the river of suffering and ignorance. They are not meant to be clung to indefinitely. In the same way, our approach to being soft to everyone should be adaptive and context-dependent. Sometimes, being soft and compassionate is like the raft, helping others navigate their difficulties. However, there are situations where holding on to excessive softness becomes a hindrance, much like carrying the raft on dry land. In such cases, we must let go of our softness and adopt a more discerning approach to guide ourselves and others towards liberation from suffering. The middle path in action. Now that we've explored the theoretical underpinnings of not being soft to everyone in Buddhism, let's delve into practical scenarios where this principle can be applied. The middle path, which emphasizes balance and discernment, is a guiding principle in these situations. 1. Setting boundaries. One common area where the middle path is crucial is in setting boundaries. While it is important to be compassionate and accommodating, it is equally important to establish clear boundaries to protect our well-being and maintain healthy relationships. In Buddhism, setting boundaries is not seen as a lack of compassion, but as an act of self-care and wisdom. By knowing our limits and communicating them kindly and firmly, we create a space where both ourselves and others can grow and thrive. 2. Dealing with harmful behavior. When faced with harmful behavior from others, the middle path encourages us to respond with wisdom and compassion. This may involve addressing the behavior directly, offering support for positive change, or seeking professional help when necessary. While it is essential to avoid unnecessary harshness, it is equally important to refrain from enabling harmful actions. Balancing compassion with discernment allows us to respond effectively to challenging situations. 3. Navigating conflicts. Conflicts are a natural part of human interactions. The middle path teaches us not to avoid conflicts or suppress our feelings, but to address them with skillful means. This means approaching conflicts with mindfulness, active listening, and a willingness to understand the perspectives of others. Rather than being overly soft and avoiding conflicts to maintain superficial harmony, the middle path encourages us to engage in constructive dialogue and seek resolutions that promote genuine harmony and understanding. The parable of the mustard seed, another powerful parable from the Buddhist tradition that sheds light on the concept of not being soft to everyone, is the parable of the mustard seed. This story illustrates the universality of suffering and the transformative power of wisdom. The parable of the mustard seed revolves around a grieving mother who has lost her own child. Overwhelmed by grief, she seeks out the Buddha for help. The Buddha agrees to help her, but with a condition. She must bring him a mustard seed from a household that has not experienced death. Eager to relieve her grief, the mother embarks on her quest, visiting numerous households. However, she soon realizes that every home has experienced death, and there is no mustard seed to be found. She returns to the Buddha with a newfound understanding of the universality of suffering. The lesson, the parable of the mustard seed, teaches us that suffering is an intrinsic part of human existence. Everyone experiences loss, pain, and sorrow at some point in their lives. In the context of not being soft to everyone, this parable reminds us that softness alone cannot eradicate suffering. Softness may provide temporary comfort, but it does not address the deeper existential questions and challenges that all individuals face. Instead, the transformative power of wisdom and understanding, as exemplified by the Buddhist teachings, offers a more profound and lasting solution to the human condition. The art of skillful means. Buddhism recognizes the importance of skillful means in guiding others toward enlightenment. Skillful means involve using appropriate methods and strategies based on the unique needs and conditions of individuals. In the context of not being soft to everyone, skillful means are essential for effective communication and compassionate guidance. 1. Tailoring compassion. Tailoring compassion to everyone does not mean being consistently rigid or uncompassionate. Instead, it requires a nuanced understanding of each person's situation and needs. Skillful means enable us to tailor our approach to offer the right balance of support, guidance, and boundaries. 2. Recognizing individual differences. Each person is unique, and their paths to happiness and well-being differ. While some may benefit from a gentle and soft approach, others may require more direct and assertive guidance. Skillful means involve recognizing these individual differences and adapting our interactions accordingly. 3. Empathy and active listening. Skillful means also involve active listening and empathy. By deeply understanding the experiences and emotions of others, we can respond with greater wisdom and compassion. This approach allows us to offer meaningful support and guidance without compromising our own well-being. Embracing impermanence. Impermanence is one of the fundamental truths in Buddhism. It teaches us that all things, including our emotions and relationships, are subject to change and transience. Understanding impermanence is essential in the context of not being soft to everyone. 1. Impermanence of emotions. Our emotions are ever-changing and often influenced by external circumstances. Being excessively soft or harsh in response to our emotions can lead to instability in our relationships. By recognizing the impermanence of emotions, we can respond with equanimity and wisdom. 2. Impermanence of relationships. Even the closest relationships in our lives are impermanent. People change, circumstances change, and relationships evolve. Understanding impermanence allows us to appreciate the beauty of each moment while also being prepared for the inevitable changes that life brings. 3. Letting go. Impermanence teaches us the art of letting go. It reminds us that clinging to rigid notions of being soft to everyone is futile. Instead, we can approach our relationships and interactions with a sense of openness and adaptability, allowing them to naturally evolve and transform. Mindfulness and self-compassion. Mindfulness is a central practice in Buddhism. It involves cultivating awareness of the present moment without judgment. Mindfulness is a valuable tool for navigating the complexities of not being soft to everyone. 1. Self-compassion. Mindfulness encourages us to extend compassion to ourselves. In the quest to not be excessively soft, we must remember that self-care and self-compassion are essential. Being mindful of our own needs and emotions allows us to maintain inner balance and avoid burnout. 2. Non-judgmental awareness. Mindfulness also teaches us non-judgmental awareness of our thoughts and emotions. When we encounter challenging situations or difficult people, mindfulness enables us to observe our reactions without immediately reacting. This pause allows us to respond with greater wisdom and discernment. 3. Cultivating equanimity. Equanimity is one of the Brahma Viharas, or divine abodes in Buddhism. It involves maintaining mental and emotional balance in the face of life's ups and downs. Cultivating equanimity is especially valuable when striving to not be soft to everyone, as it helps us remain composed and compassionate in all circumstances. In the journey of life, we often encounter situations that challenge our understanding of compassion and softness. Buddhist teachings offer profound guidance on how to navigate these complexities with wisdom and discernment. The middle way, as emphasized by Buddha, encourages us to strike a balance between softness and discernment. It reminds us that compassion need not be synonymous with softness, and that setting boundaries is an act of wisdom, not a lack of compassion. As we walk the path of the middle way, we learn to apply skillful means in our interactions, recognizing the individual needs and circumstances of others. We embrace impermanence, understanding that change is inevitable and letting go is a profound act of liberation. Mindfulness and self-compassion become our allies, helping us maintain inner balance and respond to life's challenges with equanimity. Let us remember that not being soft to everyone is not a call for harshness or indifference. It is an invitation to embody true compassion, a compassion rooted in wisdom, understanding, and a deep desire for the well-being and liberation of all beings. As we embrace the middle way, we honor the timeless wisdom of Gautama Buddha and strive to bring greater peace and harmony into our lives and the world. In the end, it is the balance of softness and discernment, that leads us to the true heart of compassion, the compassion that transcends fleeting emotions and brings lasting peace to ourselves and those around us. May we all walk this path with open hearts and enlightened minds.